Have you ever seen Alaska like this? Unspoiled, close up. Join me on a 7-day adventure with Uncruise to witness the sheer immensity, power, and magic. From whales to bald eagles, visiting destinations the larger ships cannot navigate. And while I walk among the glaciers and explore the natural beauty of Alaska, stay tuned now and watch me almost have a bear encounter while exploring Alaska.
We got to be very, very quiet because our guide told us that he heard some bears in the area. We've got to be very... Did you hear that?
It's 5:30 in the morning. We're here at the Fort Lauderdale Airport, and we're about to go to Alaska. We've been to Alaska many, many times in the past, but this time we are going on a cruise ship that is very different than any other ship that I've ever been on and any other ship that's in the market. It's called Uncruise because it's just authentic, down-to-earth cruising, going to ports that the larger ships cannot get into. We're going to be kayaking, we're going to be hiking on glaciers, and so much more. And I'm getting very, very excited about this. So I want to take you along on this trip with us. Come on. We just arrived in Seattle, Washington, and this is the first day for cruise ships to restart Alaska. There's 1 or 2 ships in port. I believe we'll pass the port a little bit later and take a look at that. And I'm here with my driver, Edwin, who remembers me from many, many years ago. I was the one who never tipped him. He remembers that, yeah. We're here at Pike Place Market. It's a Saturday, and the place is full of life. There's over 800 vendors here, and the one in particular that's really exciting is the fellow who actually throws the fish, the flying fish. And we're going to try to witness that and take you inside. It's This is when it all began. We're in front of the original Starbucks, established in 1971, and it was busy then, and it's busy now. The place is packed. This is where it all began for Starbucks, right here, the original store right across from Pike's Market. We're here in Juneau, Alaska. It's about 35 degrees, but beautiful. Look behind me. Look at the beautiful mountain range there. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm here with Dan Blanchard, the CEO of Uncruise, and we're walking to the pier to take a look at the ship for the first time. And it is a beautiful day. The sun is out there. How did you arrange that?
You know, I think it's all your fault, Bill. You brought it from Florida.
It's unbelievable,
but
you know.
It is the driest time of year up here. You get to mid-April all the way through early June. It's the driest time of year in Southeast Alaska. And of course, the great thing about this time of year for you is tourism really hasn't started. It's pretty quiet around town. It's more authentic maybe than it is during the prime season. So
it's actually nice not to see 3 or 4 mega ships in port. It's nice to be able to walk downtown.
Yeah, you guys should get on the sidewalks and make it happen. It's really quite beautiful.
Oh, this is exciting. How much longer of a walk?
About a half a block.
You mind if I call an Uber? And it's really been great visiting the capital of Alaska today, especially on a sunny, sunny day. This is very uncommon for this kind of weather, this kind of season. It's really beautiful. We're moments away from boarding the Wilderness Discoverer, and this is going to be a very unique trip because here for me, I have never been on a cruise ship with 50 guests. They've always been like monster ships with 3,000, 6,000 guests. So I've got like 50 guests here, and I also have about 20 crew. So it's going to be a very intimate experience, and after the first hour, I'm sure I'll know everybody. Day 1 at sea, because the conditions in Alaska are constantly changing, and the weather and the entire environment, so does the itinerary change on the smaller ships. So with Uncruise, instead of going to Glacier Bay today, we're going to Tracy Arm. So it's amazing how they just adapt to the conditions and make the experience so much better for the guests. Getting closer to Tracy Arm here, and the scenery is changing. We have pieces of ice obviously passing the boat, and we're very, very close. You would never get this close on a larger ship. Because we're a small ship cruising, we're very, very close to the shoreline here, and spectacular. And I'm sure there'll be some wildlife spottings from the ship to shore. Tracy Arm is considered one of the most spectacular natural wonders in Alaska, and it is also home to the Sawyer Glacier, one of the most breathtaking sights in all the region. We're about to go kayaking here, and Felipe is going to be filming me from a distance in another kayak. Hopefully you won't tip there, Felipe.
No.
We're going to be exploring all this beautiful nature. People have gone out before us, and we'll be out there for about 2 hours. We are situated in a kayak, about to go out. Megan, I'm in her very capable hands, and we're going to be...
Go ahead, keep that underneath your armpit, just like that.
Okay. I got my oar. And before you know it, we're going to be cruising. One, two, three. How am I doing?
Okay. You want to keep your arms a little lower. So you don't want your hand to come up over your shoulder. Yeah.
Okay, is that better?
Think about putting in at your toes and dragging to your seat with your paddle. There you go. And you're like turning with your upper body rather than.
Wow.
There you go.
We're just passing a waterfall, and just the pureness of this experience is just hard to describe. This is not a tour that you buy on a big cruise ship. This is authentic Alaska. This is it. It's another glorious day in Alaska. We have actually hit the jackpot. 2 days in a row of sun, which is unheard of here. Well, we are just off the Kuiu Islands, and by the way, they have probably the largest inhabitant of brown bears. And we're gonna go ashore and maybe even have an encounter, do a little walking, and explore this wonderful scenery and landscape. The only way to go ashore is by Zodiac, so let's enjoy the view until we get there. The immensity of the forest and the size of the trees are just bewildering. And the age of these trees are just something to see. So we came back to the ship for lunch, and we're leaving again. We're going to be taking a skiff to take a close look at this beautiful terrain here. Probably a couple hour skiff ride with fellow passengers on board, and nice way to spend the afternoon. The weather has gotten a little bit cooler, but it's still sunny out. The temperature dropped about 5 or 10 degrees, but nevertheless, it's still an amazing day, and the scenery here is just breathtaking. We're about to go on the skiff, and we're going to go on ashore to Pavlof Island to do an eco-meandering. We're going to be looking for all kinds of animals and wildlife. It's going to be exciting.
Quite a bit of bear hunting that's going on right now. So we may occasionally be hearing some like shots from the distance because it is bear season. So just be aware of that.
Shots?
Yeah, it is bear hunting season right now around this area. On our particular stretch of land here, shouldn't be such a problem, but in other areas around the park, and sometimes gunshots can reverberate for a long distance.
This is called rockweed, and apparently you can actually eat it. Let's see if it's... pretty good, actually. A little salty, but not bad. Rockweed.
Predator mouth. This little Dungeness crab right here does so much good for the environment, and without him, Alaska wouldn't be Alaska. It wouldn't be the same kind of thing.
Can I give it a kiss?
As I say, an air kiss.
Just returned to the ship from our eco-meandering tour in Pavlof Harbor, and it was quite interesting. We saw mussels and crustaceans and all kinds of rocks from years ago, and it was very educational. Our guide actually carried a library of books with him, and what he didn't know he would find in the books and share with all of us, and we learned a lot. It was exciting. And this afternoon we are going hiking, looking for bears, and taking you with us.
Good, right on, yeah. Thanks for working out the kinks today.
Hey guys.
Hello.
I'm ready. Thank you so much. Getting back to the island, we found the bear's den.
It's just a natural occurrence in the cliffside. It just happens to be perfect for the things they enjoy.
Let's say we're hiking. Oh look, there's a bear. Roar. So all I'm gonna do is come behind me and put a hand on my shoulder, or just somewhere around me. And what I'm gonna do is we're all gonna try to crouch down as much as we can. I'm gonna talk to the bear, hey bear, hey bear, hey bear. And if it keeps coming towards us, we're all gonna do, on the count of 3, 3, 2, 1, we're all gonna stand up. And the bear's gonna be like, whoa, what's this giant thing that just stood up off the ground? And it should just run away.
Who would have known I'd be walking in the waters of Neka Bay? The views are just breathtaking.
We got to be very, very quiet because our guide told us that he heard some bears in the area. We got to be very... Did you hear that?
It really was a scary experience. I felt like the bear was chasing us, but everything ends up well, and it's time to jump into another kayak. We're kayaking, and Brianna, who works on board, is also serving us wonderful meals, has agreed to come paddle with me, but she didn't know beforehand that she'd be doing all the work. I mean, I'm paddling a little bit, right, Brianna?
A little bit.
Very little, yeah. But she's doing a great job. She's never done this before, and they gave her a little guidance in terms of how to operate the oar and how to operate the, what do you call this?
Paddle?
No, the steering?
Oh, yeah.
Steering wheel.
The steering wheel. She's doing a great job, honestly. We're about 7 miles from the ship. We have no idea where it is. I think we're going to be here for quite a long time. Just got back from kayaking in Neka Bay, and it was an amazing experience. But I'm now back on the ship, and a little secret, you know, if you go all the way forward on the ship to the bow, it's a great vantage point, a great place to take a look at this panoramic view of Neka Bay. It's absolutely beautiful, and the quietness and the stillness of the region is really remarkable. You have to really see it and feel it to express it. But I love this time of day on board the ship, and I will come here every day. And so far it's been empty this time of day. It's really beautiful. Good morning, everyone. We are here in Glacier Bay, and it's absolutely breathtaking. You know, last night, actually it was at 2 o'clock in the morning, the ship made an announcement. At 2 o'clock in the morning, it woke everyone up, including me, and they spotted the Aurora Borealis. I mean, what an opportunity to see that on this voyage. You know, people take trips, dedicated trips, just to see that. But we had the opportunity and the excitement of seeing the Aurora Borealis last night on board Uncruise. This was on my bucket list, and now it's off my bucket list, so it was a phenomenal experience. We just arrived in Glacier Bay, and we're in part of the bay that the larger ships cannot get into. So we're going to see part of Glacier Bay that only a very few get to see. And we're very, very excited to go ashore. This morning we're going to go kayaking around Glacier Bay and to experience the landscape and hopefully have a few whale sightings for you and I to enjoy together. We are in the kayak and just getting ready to follow the group. We've got about 6 or 7 kayakers with us, and gonna head out. It's just magical out here. Got the glaciers in front of us. mountains behind us. Just waiting for a wildlife sighting. Saw a few otters this morning. And a few people saw whales, but I was unlucky enough to see one. So we're on the hunt for a few. What? A whale! Look! Look! A whale! Oh, it's a whale! A few minutes ago, we saw our first whale spotting. It was a humpback, and it was a baby humpback, and just cruising by us. And out of nowhere, she appeared, and just as easily she disappeared. But we were fortunate enough to see this beautiful creature just cruise right by us. Woo! We just finished kayaking. Amazing. I never worked so hard in my life.
Is that right?
Fantastic. Wow.
You liked it?
Oh, I loved it. I want to go back. Can I go back? I want to go. I want to kayak from here to Juneau. Is that possible?
Sure.
Yeah, will you come with me?
No.
Okay.
Not a chance.
Great. This is the last day of our voyage. It went way too fast, but excited to return in the very near future. Because Alaska changes. Every day you see it, it's a different scenery and a different landscape.